So how did we get here? How did we get here? Well, we can start 5 billion years ago when the planet was formed. Planet Earth was formed. And to make things simpler, we can go in a scale of 10, removing a zero from 5 billion. And then we get to 500 million years ago when life started on Earth. 50 million years ago, we were dominated by dinosaurs. The planet was dominated by dinosaurs. We weren't around. 5 million years ago, animals were. The landscape was a lot more like we know it today. Mammals were now dominant. 500,000 years ago, the early human ancestors started going around. We were evolving to become 50,000 years ago the top predator in the world, and we moved out of Africa and every other continent. 5,000 years ago, our job as top predator was so well done that we had basically reached every corner of this planet. We were in every continent. So far, so good. We had evolved to be the top predator, and that was our function. Taking out other animals was necessary. It was a function we had. We made other species stronger, and that's what the top predator does. But 5,000 years ago, we ran out of space, and then we settled down in what we call civilizations, with all the familiar archetypes of civilizations, cities, agriculture, written language, Father in heaven, gods. But with all those changes, we never shed our predatory ways. We have taken a long time to evolve into being the top predators, and now just because we settled down into this different way of living 5,000 years ago, we didn't change our basic makeup. We are genetically evolved to be predators, and that's okay. But it's not necessary anymore. It has become actually a big drawback, because here we are 7 billion strong running around as with still our mentality of predatory mentality of taking and killing, and that's just not sustainable. Aquí mis semejantes trafican y pululan. That's the way Neruda put it, and that's what we do. We traffic and we pollute. 7 billion strong, trafficking and polluting. And that's the root of our problems. This contradiction of what we evolved to be and what is needed from us at this point in life. And that's a completely different question. Now the timeline is interesting. If we keep removing zeros, then we have 500 years ago when Europeans colonized the rest of the continents, and at the same time created this Eurocentric culture that implicitly makes Europeans superior. That's what the Renaissance is about: the art, the food, the architecture. All that was to justify the decimation of all the other cultures of the world. So we became predators at one civilization predating on another. Remove another zero 50 years ago, 1970. It was a radical change. It was the end of the 60s when there was a sort of movement to do things differently, from hippies to communists. But then we settled down into what became slowly, or not that slowly, the globalized capitalism we have today, that maybe had this peak recently. Remove another zero, that would have been 5 years ago, 2015. And now we can go forward. 5 years from now, where are we going to be now? Is this pandemic going to continue, coming waves, and are we going to find a way to live with it 50 years from now? Are we going to have a better way of living, radically different, sustainable? 500 years from now, are we even going to be around? Would there be any trace of humanity having been around, or just the eroding concrete of our old cities? 5,000 years from now, it's hard to conceive that what we started 5,000 years ago will be still around 5,000 years from now. What started 5 billion years ago, the planet, is still going to be around another 5 billion years. Are we just going to be a blimp? 5,000 years out of 10 billion? Is that the destiny of the top predator on any planet, that evolves quickly, smarter, and in larger numbers until it collapses into itself?